What if I told you that most people are more addicted to their phones than cocaine users are to drugs? Seriously, studies show the average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes while awake. Cocaine users? They typically use 2 to 3 times a day. And guess who's helping design these apps? The same neuroscientists and psychologists who helped design slot machines. Endless scrolling wasn't a happy accident. Notification badges weren't randomly read. Even the pull to refresh motion, it mimics the lever on a slot machine. That's what Tristan Harris, former design ethicist at Google, revealed. The same psychological tricks used to keep people glued to slot machines are now embedded in every app on your phone. I'm not kidding. These apps are backed by trillion-dollar economies. You and I are just products. 11 hours in the Matrix, my wake-up call. I learned this the hard way after spending 11 hours on screen in one day. That's longer than I slept. The scary part? I couldn't even remember what I was doing. Tristan Harris also said, the problem isn't that people lack willpower. It's that there are 1,000 engineers on the other side of the screen working against you. These people are being paid millions to keep you glued to that screen. Why app blockers are a lie. I thought I was smart. I thought I could outsmart the algorithm. For 3 years, I tried everything. App blockers, digital detoxes. I'd delete Instagram, remove TikTok, block YouTube on my browser. I'd go weeks, sometimes months, feeling superior to everyone still stuck in the matrix. Then I'd relapse, harder than before. One quick check would spiral into a 6-hour binge. I'd end up feeling empty and disgusted with myself. That's when I realized the bitter truth. The apps aren't the addiction. They're the dealers. The real addiction is constant stimulation, the inability to sit with your own thoughts, the fear of boredom. We've created a generation that can't go 30 seconds without reaching for their phones. We've been digitally destroyed. Digital heroin. What's happening in your brain right now? Let's break down what's happening in your brain. Variable reward systems. The same mechanism that makes slot machines irresistible. Dopamine tolerance. What used to entertain for hours now bores you in minutes, so you chase stronger hits. Psychological numbness. Phantom vibrations, anxiety, inability to focus, even withdrawal symptoms when your phone is off. Dr. Anna Lemke of Stanford calls it digital heroin. The long-term cost is real. Depression, cognitive burnout, a generation that can't sit still for 30 seconds. The Stanford experiment that changed everything. Stanford researchers split participants into 2 groups. Group A used traditional methods, screen limits, detoxes. They reduced screen time by 12%. Group B replaced consumption with creation, writing, coding, art, music. They reduced screen time by 73%, with almost no effort. That's the trick. Why creation beats consumption, neurologically. The dopamine you earn, not just receive, is 10 times more satisfying. Creativity activates your brain. Renewal, challenge, purpose. Instead of passive scrolling, you're building real value, and your brain rewards you for it in a sustainable way. Netflix vs. creation. Which feels better? Ask yourself, which feels better? 8 hours of binge-watching Netflix or 3 hours working on a personal project? When did you feel more fulfilled? After endless consumption or after creating something you're proud of? How to rewire your brain in 90 days. Days 1 through 30, feel the urge to scroll. Do a 10-minute creative sprint instead. Write, draw, code, record. Days 31 to 60. Level up. Set daily creative goals. 1 video, 1 blog post, 1 design. Days 61 to 90. Track your create versus consume ratio. Aim to triple your creativity. By day 30, consumption will start to drop naturally. By day 60, you'll crave creation instead of scrolling. By day 90, you'll forget what doom scrolling even felt like. If you're ready to go deeper, like the video, subscribe and comment, I'm a creator.